Hello and welcome to the Skaredcast Battle Report. Today, the Tyranids try to consume this wonderful maiden world as the Drukhari try to stop them. Let's dive in. And here we are. Of course, I've got John from the Wargaming Bunker upstairs. This is the store that's attached to Mini Wargaming. We're playing at the Mini Wargaming studio. The link will be in the description, right? So check it out. Send some love to the Facebook page and all that good stuff as well.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. So with that, we're going to dive into the mission. We've got an invasion fleet of Tyranids coming to attack a maiden world. And the Drukhari are like, this is our playground, not your playground, Mr. Tyranid. Which means we're going to fight for it. So let's go over the armies and we'll come back and look at the mission. And here's the Drukhari force for today. 1,500 points of Highlander. That means no duplicate units and no epic heroes, which is really, really cool. I love Highlander style list. It forces you to create sort of like varied lists with a little bit of everything. And it's a great way to play if you're brand new to the hobby especially, or you just want to have a more casual game and not really worry too much about sort of like the competitive nature of like the most efficient choices. I did bring Archon Skari, who's going to be my warlord today, and he did bring his Court of the Archon. Slither, Stab, Bite, and Stare. Now, I also brought the Homunculus as well, and he will be leading a unit of 10 racks. I did bring 10 Cabalite Warriors, of course, with all of the gubbins. These are, of course, the Hand of the Archon models from Kill Team, which I love how they're painted. The basers are bigger than the normal Cabalite Warriors, but they just look so cool that I just wanted to show them off. And, of course, a big unit of Mandrakes. I decided to take 10 Mandrakes for this game instead of your normal units of 5. A unit of Hellions, just because I like how they're painted and they look really cool. A Kronos, 5 Scourge with the Dark Lances, 1 Venom to split the Cabalites, a Razorwing Jet Fighter with a Splinter Cannon and the 2 Dark Lances, a Raider with the Dark Lance as well, a single Talos, Twin Haywire, Twin Liquefy Gun, and a Gauntlet, 1 Beast Master unit with all of the beasts, and a reinforced, a double unit of Grotesques. 6 Grotesques with Liquefy Guns and their monstrous weapons. And there you have it, 1,500 points on the nose against the Tyranids. And this is the Tyranid invasion fleet. John, take it away.
So yeah, it's just an invasion fleet. As Skari said, we're at 1,500 points, so we just have a mix of some big bugs, some little bugs, some scary bugs, some not so scary bugs. So we have 20 Hormagaunts to just run around and get in the way and hopefully pull down some Dark Eldar. We got a Brain Bug, the Nero Tyrant, with some Zoanthropes for some blasty goodness. We got some more Termagants to just get in the way and hold on to objectives. We got the Barb Gaunts because slowing down stuff is cool. Gene Stealers because they are awesome. With a Broodlord because he makes awesome things better. We have a Neurolictor to run around with the Von Ryan's Leapers. We got a Screamer Killer because they're awesome too. And a Norn Emissary because big brain bugs with Zappy are even better.
There you go. 1,500 points of pure Tyranid goodness. Today's mission, we're playing The Ritual, followed on Sweeping Engagement and Rapid Escalation, which was a draw from the Pariah Nexus mission card deck. And now we're going to roll for Attacker Defender. I rolled 5. And you rolled 6.
Oh.
Would you like to attack and or defend?
Let's see now. This was the maiden world, so I would say I'm attacking.
That does make sense.
We are here for the
I was attacking earlier, but now I'm defending. So fine, I'll just deploy on this side. You could take that side.
Perfect.
We've got our little objectives as a ritual. So 1 objective there, 1 objective there. These are like ruins, basically, so they block line of sight. This is a whole ruin here. These are forests, which, of course, provide cover and you can see through. And then there's the objective there. And we'll be adding more objectives to No Man's Land based off of the ritual objective. So let's dive into deployment. And here we are after deployment. I decided, well, my Razorwing Jet Fighter has to be in reserve. John put 20 Hormagaunts and a Ripper Swarm in reserve. Well, the Ripper Swarm's in Deep Strike. The Hormagaunts in reserve. Because we're playing with the Rapid Escalation, the Hormagaunts can come in turn 1. So you can come in on a flank and do stuff. It's very annoying. I decided to put my Beast back here. Scourge behind this little building. The Venom in range of this objective with 5 Cabalites with guns. The Mandrake's just hiding back here. The Grotesques, front and center, they are the bait. Then we have a Talus, a Kronos, my Court, 10 racks with my Homunculus, and of course, more bait on this flank over here, which is the Hellions. And then the Tyranids put a unit of Gene Stealers with the Broodlord ready to scout and advance and swing around the flank that way. We've got the Barb Gaunts here holding the home objective. We do have the Screamer Killer, who is the Distraction Carnifex, quite literally. That's where it comes from, folks. If you ever hear it and you're brand new to the game, Distraction Carnifex comes from the old Screamer Killer, which was essentially a cheap monster that ran at you, and if you didn't kill it, it would cause problems, but it didn't really affect your opponent if you killed it, if that makes sense. And that's where that term comes from. The Norn Assimilator, Emissary.
Yes.
Yep. The Zoanthropes with the Neuro. We've got the Von Ryans and the Neurolictors, sort of like, you know, edging up a little bit, nothing too crazy. And the Termagants back here on the flank. And with that, I believe that gets picked for the Norn's objective, because it's the only objective at No Man's Land. So as long as it's within range of that objective, it's a 4-up Feel No Pain.
5 up.
Okay, so with that, let's dive into the game. Are you ready, John?
I'm ready.
Turn 1, let's go. Are you attacking me effectively, or... Oh, that is Drukhari turn number 1. Haha! The defender becomes the attacker. Take that, bugs. With that, let's do our scout moves as well. Of course, the scoreboard brought to you by the MiniWarGamingForge.com, where they 3D print a whole bunch of stuff. I'm in green because I'm the defender. John is in red because he's the attacker. It's now going to be a battle round number 1. We each get 1 command point, which is going to be tracked with these dice here. And then, of course, we have 10 points each for battle ready, and our secondary score will be in the second row here with our primary score at the top. Then we start with scout moves. My beast pack is moved 9 inches up this way, staying away from Von Ryan's Leapers. I can't really charge them because they have fights first and they would just kill me. I also want to stay 18 inches away from the Neuro Tyrant because it's just going to flame me to death. However, I am going to use the Beast Pack to run in and kill them. And then force stuff to either come this way or shoot them or deal with them. And then use it, hopefully zone out the Hormagaunt so they can't come in on this sort of edge of the table on the first turn. I do have to put an objective down, so I'm going to probably measure the objective and put it like right here so I can start holding some of these objectives. As for the Grotesque, I'm not sure what I want to do with them. They were there mainly so that if Gene Stealers came up, I get to fight on death and I have a Flamer and a whole bunch of stuff. But now I don't know what I want to do with them. The Rax can't really snipe the Broodlord because he's hiding away. So I'm not sure what I'll do with them either. And I don't know what I'll do with the Kronos or the Talus. Or the Hellions. Okay, well, it's a dilemma to be me right now. Let's go into my movement phase. The Venom does sticky this objective with the Cabalite Warriors. So they sticky an objective. It is now mine until John takes it away from me. And they can see some stuff. So some Von Ryan Leapers might be the name of the day, so I don't know, we'll see what happens. End of the movement phase. Mandrakes shuffled around. Venom moved aside and then got out so that the Cabalites can ignore cover against the Von Ryan Leapers, even though they're stealth. I did move the... Oh, I didn't move the Talus at all. It's gonna just shuffle. Then we've got the Kronos doing the action to ritual, another objective. The Rax moved up to hold and put a lot of objective control on the objective, and then the Cabalite Warriors and the Court have moved up to stay close to the objective to sticky it for next turn. The Hellions rolled a 6 advance, and they got away from the board edge because there's a bunch of potential Hormagaunts coming in. I don't want them to get charged. And then on this side of the board, we had the Scourge. They had to move quite a bit to be able to see some Zoanthropes, and then they stayed outside of 18 of the Neuro Tyrant, but have moved up this way to try and take out the Termagants. And with that, let's dive into some shooting. We got some pain tokens. I'm essentially going to give a pain token to the Scourge. And then there's, within 9 inches here, I'm going to give a pain token probably to the Venom and to the Cabalite Warriors. Just because I want to try and put some pressure on those Von Ryans, and getting more shots would be very good right about now. So let's see if I get any of these pain tokens back. I get 1 back. Nice. Thank you, John. You're such a nice guy. Reminded me to draw my objectives. That's how tired I am. I've literally been playing Crusade with Luca for so long that I've totally forgotten to draw objectives. So extend battle lines, so I will be able to do that. I have 1 objective and the one in my deployment zone and behind enemy lines, which I can discard, but I'm going to keep because my beast pack should be able to get in and around those Termagants.
They're just so fast.
However, if I don't, then it's just going to be a CP, and I'm okay with that, to be honest, because CP is very useful. Other than that, shooting time. And with that, the beast pack did indeed kill the Termagants and got me a pain token. I did not use a pain token over there. Shooting-wise, I killed one Von Ryan's Leaper and left one wound remaining. I killed one Zone Throat because you passed a decent amount of invul saves against my Dark Lances. And I put down that. So I will get my extended battle lines and not behind enemy lines because I'm not wholly within your deployment zone. So I am going to discard behind enemy lines for a command point, bringing me up to 2 command points as we move into your turn number 1, which will give you a command point and give me an additional command point as well. And let's draw your cards and not forget to do that because that's how this works. You do have Containment. That's an action on different board edges. You have Recover Assets, which is another action in different zones of the table. Would you like to use a CP to cycle through any of these?
I'll give it a try. We'll leave it. No, we'll leave
You're going to leave them?
We'll
Because even if you don't do one, it also gives you a command point.
Yep.
Command points are good. So with that, on to the Tyranids turn 1. But what are you thinking of doing here?
What am I thinking?
Yeah, tell me all your strategies right now.
So I think as much as I want to run these boys forward and do something, these will probably do one of the recover assets on the edges over here.
Yep.
I don't know if I'll be able to do another one on the other side, just because I'll have to give up. I don't know. I want to get rid of them.
The beast pack, you have to get rid of the beast pack. That is a must get rid of.
So I mean, other than probably getting the Norn Mama up into the middle into the
grotesques.
The grotesques, and I'll probably have the Carnifex do the action to create.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, and the Carnifex doing the ritual. Who knew? Apparently, he just pukes plasma out and is like, "Oh, look, something important." I love it. Let's dive into the turn. Back off to the movement phase, the Hormagaunts ended up coming in to be able to do containment. So they've basically popped up. Now, because the Endless Swarm is like, unless I kill them to a man, and the fact that you can sort of like give them, I guess, a feel no pain too if they're close to Synapse, means it's hard to kill them. Then we had the Norn kind of move up into the middle of the board together with the Carnifex. The Zoanthropes have decided they don't want to just move into the open to let my Scourge just bully them. So they've decided to hide behind a wall, which is smart, because Scourge will kill Zoanthropes. The Von Ryans have just moved up to go murder a beast pack after getting Synapse at whatever range thanks to the Norn. I mean the Neuro Tyrant. And the Neurolictor is going to be doing recover assets in No Man's Land. And of course we've got the Barbed Bonds that can do it in the deployment zone, as well as creating a screen to make sure my mandrakes don't just get run-of-the-mill. As for the Gene Stealers, they did run 6 inches and moved right in the middle of the board to essentially wave their hands and go, look at us, we're dangerous. Please focus on us.
They got the hands up, they're jazz
They
hands.
do, they're jazz hands. And with that, we got some shooting. We have, the Zoanthropes are going to make the objective, so they're not shooting. The Norn can shoot. And then the Von Ryans have guns? No.
No, they have guns.
They don't. Okay,
No,
they don't have
lots of
guns.
stabby.
I just remember flesh hooks used to be a gun.
Yeah.
You know, so
Those were
I
fun.
don't know. We were talking about edition-itis. You know, like, is this edition? No, that was like 3 editions ago. Okay, yeah, that's right. So, always fun when you play a fun game. You kind of remember and reminisce about old rules. So, here's the question for all you in chat. What's a cool old rule from a different edition that you either miss or that you say good riddance to that rule? I'm curious. Okay, let's get on with shooting. End of the shooting phase, the Norn shot, and then the Screamer Killer shot, and they killed a Grotesque. So one Grotesque goes down, making the charge a little bit longer. And then we go into the charge phase. We've got the Von Ryans charging into the Beast Pack, and we have the Norn charging into the Grotesques. Done, done, done. And with that end of the fight phase, you fought with the Norn, killed 3 of the Grotesques. 2 of them fall back and did no damage, and they did no damage. I did interrupt with the Beast Pack and did kill 3 of the Von Ryans and left one with 2 wounds. However, the Von Ryans, just 2 of them, attacked back and killed almost all birds. They killed 2 birds and put a wound on another. That was just 2 of them. I'm glad that they weren't a unit of 5 when they attacked me, because that would have been dangerous.
6 attacks each.
But if we go to the scoreboard, you started your containment with that. That completes the end of the turn, so you do get 3 points for that. and you've started to recover assets with your Barb Gaunts and your Neurolictor, and that has to be completed at the end of my turn to score effectively. So with that, we dive onto battle round number 2. I'm going to pull my Mandrakes. They're going to jump into the sky. You get a command point, go up to 2, because you spent 1 on a Feel No Pain on the Von Ryans. I get a command point as well. And this time, I'm going to remember to draw my cards. Da-da-da! Oh, this could go up to 3 here. So Assassination. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Is the Norn a character?
No.
Oh, really? And then Containment. Hooray, I get that one too. Awesome. Okay, so you're going to burn my brain with the Shadow and the Warp. Of course, -1 leadership on everybody because your big Neuro Tyrant is on the board. Mandrakes don't have to worry about it because they're off the table. But here we go. We've got everything's a 6, so I need 7s basically. So they're battle shocked. The Racks are fine. The Raider is battle shocked, which means it won't stick to the objective, but the guys inside don't care. The Kronos is battle shocked. The Talos is okay. The Venom over here is okay. The Scourge are battle shocked as well. And my Beast Pack back there, battle shocked. And then over here, the Grotesque battle shocked as well.
So battle shocked.
Just everything's battle shocked. Amazing. Shadow and the Warp is a very good game mechanic. I love it. Well, it's a little spooky. It just got really dark all of a sudden. Oh, and then of course the Grotesque also got battle shocked, which I totally forgot about. Everybody's just battle shocked, which is fine. It's fine. At least the Racks are not battle shocked, which is the important one, in my opinion. I really wanted the Racks to not be battle shocked. They're going to run up and go get murdered, I guess. I do score 5 points on primary because I luckily put 3 different units next to that objective. So I will score some primary points as we move into my movement phase. I'm having such a fun time. This terrain is War Games scenery. Make sure you check them out. They're really cool. I really like them. End of the movement phase. Of course, staying outside the nice little Overwatch pattern of that Neuro Tyrant. Bad Neuro Tyrant. They did fall back and passed their Desperate Breakout test, so they're getting in the way of that distraction card effects. The Hellions have yeeted forward to get some shots up. I've brought in my Mandrakes from the shadows to shoot at some Hormagaunts. The Razorwing Jet Fighter has moved in. It's going to sort of fly this way and then maybe spin into the board at some point. The Scourge have moved here to shoot a Norn Queen. I've got my Court out. I've got them out to shoot, ignoring cover. I got my Venom to shoot. Oh, man, I've got... they have to fight the Von Ryans and take another beating before they get to fight back. But all in all, I've kind of eschewed my potential to get any of these secondaries unless I make a charge with my Rack unit or kill the Broodlord with my cool precision weapons that might get me assassination. As for containment, I'm just going to get rid of it for a CP. Even though it's one of the best, cards in the game for points. You battle shocked all my fast moving. You literally battle shocked my Hellions. They were going to do it over here. You battle shocked my Scourge. They could have done it back here. Nope, just didn't want it to happen, eh? Well, that's fine. Let's do some shooting and see what we can do. Since I'm not going to score any points, I might as well kill stuff. So this has been an amazing shooting phase. We've had such a fun time laughing. So the plane came in, shot some stuff. We did some damage. So I did bring down this Hormagaunt unit to 6 models remaining out of 20 with the Mandrake shooting, the Scourge shooting, the Monoscythe missiles. The Gene Stealers literally made like every save they had to make. They got a 5-up Feel No Pain thanks to the Synaptic Protection. And then literally passed every save against every 2 damage gun that I shot at them the entire turn. And all of the sniper rifles except for one little precision pistol from the Homunculus that went into the Broodlord. However, in stark contrast, I spent 1 command point to give my Court, as you can tell, there's no Norn anymore, to give my Court 6s are sustained 2 to hit, and each of the blast pistols rolled a 6 to hit, so it's lethal and 2 extra hits. And then the Dark Lance rolled a 6 to hit, and then 2 wounds, and then the Norn failed all 3 involves against that. And just the one Dark Lance did 23 damage to the Norn. And I just died. It was, and now they don't have anything to charge, so they can't hop back into their Raider with Wraith-like Retreat. So they're feeling a little exposed. Other than that, the Scourges stayed where they are there. And we have some fights. I'm going to try charge into the Gene Stealers with my Rax and with my Hellions. I'm going to try a long bomb charge with the Mandrakes back there. And of course, we still have this combat ongoing. I even forgot to put an objective down for the ritual because I was like, whatever. Let's kill stuff. And who cares about the mission? Which is not like me at all, but I'm having a blast. This is just so fun, and I'm just really enjoying this very casual match play game. Okay, let's dive into some combats. The Mandrakes need an 11 to get into those Hormigons because all of them died. Okay, ready? Ha-ha! Yo, so close. I saw that 6. I was like, oh, so close. Okay, so now the Hellions are going to try and get into those Gene Stealers, and then the men. We'll come back. They rolled an 11. Bosses, they failed. They needed a 9 and failed. They rolled an 8. Other than that, I don't really have any other charges to make. At the end of the fight phase, the little Cavalites are going to pop back in that Venom. I'm just going to do that now. However, John gets to pick the first unit, which of course will be over there. Yep. However, I will be doing a pain token on the Homunculus unit, and I will also be putting a pain token on the Beast Pack, because I want to try and kill the Von Ryans this turn. End of the fight phase, the Homunculus got hypnotically gazed and decided not to kill the Broodlord in combat, they bounced terribly, and then the Gene Stealers just ate the entire unit of Homunculus Coven. All the Rax and the Homunculus, so many devastating wounds. You rolled 8 devastating wounds with the Gene Stealers, and then 6 just from the Broodlord himself. Like, that was wild.
It was 3, but 6
They're 2 damage each. Yeah, it was wild. You just murdered them all with dev wounds, which was crazy. And then over here, the Von Ryan survived with one wound remaining. Yeah, no more birds. At least no more of this for you. Get out of here. But with that, though, we do go on. What did I score? Absolutely nothing. So I'm going to get rid of both of these cards to get myself a command point and go up to 2 command points. And with that, we go on to your turn. You will successfully recover assets for 3 points, bringing you up to 8 points. So with that, though, we get another command point. So you go up to 1, I go up to 3. You will get 5 here. There's nothing I can do to stop you there.
I got that one and that one.
Your home one doesn't count in this one. It's just ones and 2 cards to see what your next score should be. Come on, Gene Stealers, let's go. Storm hostile objective and behind enemy lines. Take an objective away from me. That shouldn't be too hard. And get behind enemy lines, which is going to be a little tougher. But you do have a Ripper Swarm. So if there's a spot around here, you could very easily get it with a Ripper, because you can still do that. As he deep strikes, he burrows. He's like, rah. And with that, though, you do owe me a Battle Shock over there. And you're going to give away little tokens for the Neuro Tyrant, and then we'll come back after the movement phase. End of the movement phase, Gene Stealers decided to move up. They didn't want to charge the Fights First Archon. The Zoanthropes did move through. They have a few that can shoot the Neuro Tyrant, and one can kind of shoot the Court. Everything else will shoot either Grotesques or Hellions, although the Gene Stealers are just going to murder all the Hellions anyway. They did fail Battle Shock test on the Hormigons, which means that they can't bring Endless Swarms back. And the Von Ryan's Lictors also failed Battle Shock as well. Give me a couple of pain tokens. The Ripper Swarms did show up over here to get behind enemy lines as well. And then for Storm Hostile Objective, you just have to, I guess, charge in over here and essentially get onto that objective. So with that, we have a shooting phase on our hands. End of the shooting phase. I lost almost the entire Court and Cavalite squad, but not all of them, because I did pass a couple of vulnerable saves, which was really good. That Flamer, that Flamer is so nasty. The Hellions also survived against the rest of the Zoanthropes, and then I only lost 2 Mandrakes for the shooting from the Barb Gaunts, which wasn't terrible. So with that, we're going to charges. So you're, of course, trying to do your Storm Hostile objective, etc., etc., etc. Awesome. End of the fight phase. Again, wild stuff is happening this game. Just completely wild. So, of course, that died. That was, that goes without saying. However, I passed 4 out of 6 invul saves.
6 up saves.
6 up invuls on my Grotesques. And so this Screamer Killer only killed 1 Grotesque. And then the other one put 2 damage onto the Screamer Killer. Yeah, take that, you bug. You big squishy bug. The one Von Ryan almost killed the Claude Fiend, but I killed the Von Ryan. As we move into the turn, Thank goodness all of these battle shock things go away. The shadow in the warp dissipates. Let's go to the scoreboard. Oh my gosh. So at the end of the turn, you will storm hostile objective, have 4 points. Very nicely done, bring up to 12. And behind me to 3, bring up to 15. What a fantastic secondary game from the Tyranids as we move into battle round number 3. I actually even interrupted to try to kill some Gene Stealers. These Gene Stealers, by the way, are just unkillable. They're just unkillable.
You say that now, but all those mandrakes, they can do some damage.
The mandrakes are going back up in the sky.
Oh, okay.
They did get slowed down by the barb gaunts, but they have a very unique lot in life, which is to kill all of the hormagaunts. And they're going to have to do that by showing up next to them and zapping them with bale blasts. Okay, so with that though, what are my cards? Establish locals, so press a button in your deployment zone. And mark for death. Pick 3 of the units in your army. And if I kill any one of those 3, I get 5 points. Not terrible. I'm assuming the Zoanthropes and the Neurotyrant. That makes sense to me. And then you have what? The Neurolictor?
Neurolictor.
Okay.
And then...
so 1, 2, and...
What is the... I'm tempted for the Hormagaunts. It just depends if anybody can see them.
Well, the Mandrakes can come in.
Okay.
They can deep strike in.
So then they'll be dead.
They'll probably try and kill them for sure.
I don't know if I have a good choice in that case. So maybe the Gene Stealers.
The Gene Stealers and the Broodlord. Okay. So that gives me... my work's cut out for me there. Do you want to pick the Ripper? Are you sure?
It may be a bit of a...
well, you know. Okay, so with that, I do owe you a couple of battle shock tests, which is just on the Beast Pack. However, I have 2 CP. I need to do Establish Locus. I'm just going to spend my 1 per game to auto pass because I'm just literally going to move into your deployment zone.
Perfect.
And press a button. And that is literally what they're going to do. And with that, movement phase time. Oh, I love this table. The board looks so cool. It's so neat. Thank you, Mini Wargaming, for letting me use the table. And of course, it was miniaturescenery.com. I think I said Wargames Scenery, but it's not. Miniaturescenery.com for this stuff. It's really good. End of the movement phase. Raider moved up. Razorwing Jet Fighter moved up. The Court stayed still. The Talus moved up. The Cronus moved up to actually put another objective down. They stayed still because they have the heavy keyword. So they're going to start peppering stuff with heavy keyword. They're going to press Locust. This Venom moved up to see the Neurolictor that's down in the ground floor over here. And they got out and then spent the CP to then be able to charge as well to try and take out the Neurolictor, who is marked for death. And I, by good measure, stayed within an inch of 3 inches of the objective to deny the points there to prevent primary scoring. Since secondaries are like slowly slipping away from my fingers here. But with that, let's dive into the shooting phase. I have 3 pain tokens. 3 pain tokens. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and do a pain token on this Venom. I'm going to go ahead and do a pain token on this Court of the Archon, and I'm going to go ahead and do a pain token on these Mandrakes because I really, really want to kill those Hormagaunts as well. Shooting phase. Some things went really well. Some things went really well. Okay. So I did kill like 4 of the Gene Stealers with the plane / a couple of extra little shots. I did kill this Ripper with my Dark Lance. Nice. And then once again, my Court of the Archon just doing the work by killing the Screamer Killer. And then after the Dark Lances over here shot the Screamer Killer. And then it exploded and killed the Lamian. Sure. Why not? However, the name of the game was this Venom. Getting like 8 hits onto him and getting like 6 wounds onto the Neurolictor, and the Neurolictor failing 5 saves and like exploding, giving me marked for death, which was fantastic. And then they put 1 wound on the Zoanthropes. And then these Mandrakes did kill the Hormagaunts that were over here. They're -2 to charge right now, so they have a long charge against these Barbgaunts, but they're going to try as we move into the charge phase. Essentially, I'm going to try to get the Talos into the Neurotyrant. If I can do that, then, it saves them from really getting murdered, which is nice. So we will definitely see what happens. I do have a lot of pain tokens. I have 5 pain tokens now. So with that, I have a few to kind of like use. So I'm going to go ahead and use 1 here. I'm going to go ahead and use 1 here because I might as well tie up those Gene Stealers if possible. I'm going to go ahead and use 1 on the Talos. And then and that's it. That's it. So I need an 11 here. This is the only one that I care about. Are you ready? Hiya!
Yeah.
Oh, pain token says, oh yeah. No.
Oh.
Okay.
Really
Oh, that's it. That's the only one I wanted to show off. And with that, the Raider did charge in and did nothing and took 7 damage in return for his troubles. So with that, let's go to the scoreboard. At the end of turn 3, I established Locust in your deployment zone with my Beast Pack. That gives me 4 points. And I did kill a Marked for Death, bringing me up to 14 on the secondaries, which kind of keeps me in the running now, which is nice. However, I did stop you from scoring primary, which does hold the scoring here. You get a command point, I get a command point, John, and let's see what your cards are. Area Denial and Extend Battle Lines. Essentially, you already have Extend Battle Lines if you go that way and potentially back to that objective. That'll just give you Extend Battle Lines. Area Denial, if you get into the middle and kill me, then you will get that as well. So you could always use one of your command points to get rid of one of those cards if you so wish.
That's a good question.
You did spend the CP, John, and you got Defense Stronghold. So down 1 CP. So essentially, now it's very clear. The Zoes are going to move back and hold that objective over there. Pop! I like it. Okay. Oh, you doing me a Battle Shock test on these Gene Stealers. Even if they're synaptic, they could fail. There's still leadership like 7 or 8, even with 3 dice. Aha! Oh no, they don't care. Whatever, fine. You're just showing off at this point.
Yes.
End of the shooting phase. That Raider survived with 1 wound from the 2 zone throws that shot it. Nice. Even rerolled a 1 into a 1 to try and kill it. And however, in stark contrast, 5 Barb Gaunts annihilated my Mandrakes. Just nuked him. Holy moly. However, on the other side over here, the zone throws did kill the Venom, but none of the Cabalites fell out. But they are going to be taking this objective in my turn.
I think I'm going to charge him.
Yeah, unless you charge them, which is why I'm giving you that option. They're only 1 OC each. If you do make the charge, that's good. You are going to get your Extend Battle Lines regardless. But if they do stay in combat, that pins him in place and stops him from being able to Overwatch. But it is, you have to, or else I get a bunch of points next turn. That's just how it goes.
Yep.
Need a 6 rolled, no CP. Oh! You're out of CP. Yes! Good job, Cabalites. No, yeet the dice. Okay, well that's fine. Fine, I'll take it. I'll take it. My little guy gets to attack your Gene Stealers. Yeah, hit on 4s.
-1 to hit.
No, hit on 5s. No. Don't look at him in the eye. Shoot. Okay, fine. Okay, does it explode? It does not. Okay, you killed it. Fine, you happy? You happy now? Sad. So you started to defend your stronghold. You did get Extend Battle Lines of 5, bring you up to 20 secondary points. What a fantastic secondary game you have had so far. However, I've been able to hold you down on the primary, which is big. With that, though, you holding on to defend?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we move on to the 4th battle round where you get a command point. I also get a command point. My cards, I have no Mandrakes to pull up again. Sad. My cards are Cull the Horde, which I killed the Horde. Yes, and how many wounds you had in that unit? That's 3 times 6, 18. That doesn't matter. Awesome. So I can discard this. Good, because I killed
20 in the Hormigons.
Yes, right, but I already killed them. So
Oh,
they're
I
not on the board. Storm hostile objective, take an objective away from you, and sabotage as well. Nice. Okay, so I will use some Battle Shock tests. Battle Shock, real quick, we'll do it. So the court is now under, so they are fine, thank goodness. The Lone Grotesque is also fine, nice. And the Beast Pack and friends, oh, they're Battle Shocked. So they will take away this Battle Shock over here. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, however, I do hold 1 objective, 2 objectives, 3 objectives, bringing my total up to 15 on primary. Fancy. Bring me up to 25 on primary. Really kind of giving me a leg up here as we move into the end of the game. But this has been an absolute hoot of a match. End of the movement phase. The Archon Cabalites, they moved up sideways to get within range. And I kept some of the guns over here so I can see them through the ruins now. The Talus moved up to get in range with the Flamer. And then the Haywires can kind of shoot that way. And then I forced your hand. I moved the Grotesque straight up here to go and threaten the Barb Gaunts. So forced a Overwatch unless you wanted to potentially not be able to defend your stronghold. That does pull a CP. However, in a ritual, I was able to 6 inches away, 12 inches away, and have the Kronos basically holding both objectives. And he's going to start another little objective over here. Meanwhile, the Scourge moved up to get in range of the Barb Gaunts. I wish they wouldn't have failed Battle Shock so they could do a Sabotage. However, they're just going to move away and stay far away from all the Zoanthropes. And then the Cavalry Warriors are going to stay still. Well, they were going to stay still because I didn't want to get overwatched. Since the Overwatch happened, they will definitely move this way because that would have happened right after that. Just to make sure that if I need to charge, they can more effectively. Pain tokens are going to go 1 on the Scourge and 1 on the Razorwing Jet Fighter. True line of sight on the Razorwing means you can, draw line of sight to stuff, which is good. I get 1 back? No, not from the Kronos there. End of the shooting phase. Over 6? Okay, awesome. So I only killed 1.5 of the the Barb Gaunts. They're going to be able to hold that objective, no problem. The Razorwing Jet Fighter nuked all of the Gene Stealers after I grenaded them, which really helped. And that's it. So we're just going to jump in with a Talus. He needs a 6-inch charge.
Didn't you have 2 Dark Lances go there?
Oh, I did. I forgot to roll them. Okay. My apologies. Okay, let's roll that. So 2 hitting on 3s because they fly. And then 2s to wounds. 2 invulnerable saves on the Zoanthropes. So 2 Zoanthropes die. Thank you for the reminder. I totally forgot I did the I got excited with the neurotoxin missiles there. Making the charge a little longer.
I can't pull enough.
So you can't? Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, maybe from the Talus, no? If you pull that Zoanthrope?
Maybe,
yeah. Like if you pull this one, then the charge is longer. Yeah, we'll move him back. Maybe not from the Cavalites, but yes, from the Talus. Okay, I did give a pain token to the Talus to try make it in.
That was a 6, so now we're looking at something.
Now we're looking at more than a 6, but I rolled a 6, so that's not going to be it. We know that.
He still heard 6, so it's an 8.
I need an 8? Nice. Ah, not with the Talus. See, I told you. Just pulling that one. Kept them away from the Talus. Okay, so the Cavalites will charge in to try and tie you up. They go 5 inches, so they're just going to try and peg you as best they can over here. Pop, pop, pop. Even if 1 survives, that's all I'm looking for, is just to be as annoying as humanly possible. And there we go. So you did kill 2, and I did put 2 wounds on 1 Zoanthrope with just my Cavalites. Let's go to the scoreboard here, because I did not sabotage. I do not storm hostile objective. Because I already held that. So I'm going to get a CP for that. Fair. You know what? I'm okay with this. And with that, we go on to your turn. You get a CP. I get a CP. So I go up to 3. And Defense Stronghold does go your way for a large 23 on secondaries over here. And then you draw your next cards. You have your Barb Gaunts ready. You have Overwhelming Force, kill stuff on objectives, and establish a locus. Press buttons in the middle of the board or in my deployment zone. Oof. However, you do have CP, so you can get rid of it if you so wish to try and score something with
Yeah.
So getting rid of it, that is your CP. And you get instead Sabotage. So do an action with a unit that's wholly outside of your deployment zone on a piece of terrain, basically. So the Barb Gaunts could potentially do it. No, that was a 14-inch one, right? Yeah, so that's going to be a CP. Yay! Okay, so with that, let's do some shooting stuff.
Yep.
Okay, so end of turn number 4, shooting. Barb Gaunts didn't do any damage to the Talos, and the Flamer just nuked the Cavalry Warriors. And that is pretty much how it goes. So you do get 3 points for Overwhelming Force, bringing up to 26 on secondaries. And Sabotage, you want to get rid of it, I'm assuming, for a CP. Boop, brings you up a CP. I didn't use any CP that turn. But now we go to battle round number 5. So battle round number 5, I get a CP go up to 4. I don't know what I'm going to do 4 CP. You get another CP as well. My cards for this turn are going to be recover assets. So do actions in multiple parts of the table. And secure no man's land, hold 2 objectives in no man's land. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 of my CP to get rid of recover assets because that is an action-based secondary that's really annoying. And get engage on all fronts, which I should be able to do decently because I got my Talos there close by. I've got the Kronos. As for primary, let's see if this unit decides to hold with Archon Skari. They battle shock. Wah, wah, wah. Oh no. So they can't help me with engaged on all fronts. Does the Beast Pack Monster help me with engage? Yay! They do. Good job, Beastbark Master. So he's going to go on that side. Archon Skari is just going to hide and cower because he's a coward. And then the Talos, I guess, will go that way to get me a mini engage. Actually, I might actually shoot them this way. Shoot and then scoot them to then give me a full engage to try to get as many points as possible. The Kronos is going to sit here and get me secure Nomads Land, because why not? And with that, I get another 15 points on primary, bring me up to 40 points, which is a big chunk of primary. That really kind of saved my game, because the secondary score was just terrible. Absolutely terrible. But that is okay. So with that, let's do some movement. See if I can kill some Zoanthropes. So I move them up. They're going to be able to shoot their Dark Lances at the Barb Gaunts and then scoot and then get me engaged on fronts. The Kronos, well, the Beastpack's going to help over there. The Kronos actually needs to stay this way, like that, to be in this side of the table to get me engaged on this side. The Talos has moved into that corner. Oh, and then the Zoanthropes tried to target the Talos with Overwatch and didn't do any damage. Just totally whiffed. And then Archon Skari decided, you know what? Let's go have some fun and see if we can charge and maybe kill a Zoanthrope or two. And there we have it for shooting. The Scourge and the Talos ended up killing all the Barb Gaunts, and the Talos did the last wound there, so he actually got a pain token and permanently empowered. And then the Razorwing Jetfighter killed the 3 Zoanthropes that were left with all of his guns. He was just really good at shooting. And now we're going to do some charges. I am going to go ahead and give 1 pain token to Archon Skari. He's going to try... I don't even know if he can declare that charge legally anymore. I am within 12. Okay, so 1 pain token is going to go into Archon Skari. He needs an 11 to make it in. Oh, wait a minute. Yay! He did! Ah, yes! I knew I was going to make at least 1 11-inch charge this game. Heck yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's go, Skari. Let's go. Okay, so the Talos made it in as well. Let's do some fighting. I'm just going to do the Talos first to get out of the way. What's the toughness of the... toughness 8? Okay, so 4s and 4s. So hitting on 4s with the Gauntlet. And pain token. And then wounding on 4s with the Gauntlet. So that'd be 3 invulnerable saves at 3 damage a pop. Go Gadget Talos.
Sorry, 3, right?
Yes. And that is 6 damage in total.
I don't think it's dead.
Yeah, he's taken a bit of a punch. And then, of course, Skari and friends are going to pile in over here. How many wounds do you have left?
3.
3 wounds left. Okay, so I'm going to do the Urgle first. So Urgle gets 6 attacks, hitting on 3s with sustained. I'm going to re-roll that one. And add 2 dice in. It's strength 4, so your toughness is 8. So 6 is to wound. And re-rolling wounds because of the Archon in the unit and a pain token. Nothing. Nice. Then we're going to do the 1 close combat weapon. Okay, 2 hits. 6 is to wound. No. Pain token says no. And then the Sergeant. Okay, he hit all the time. This is when I need my Lamian to the lethals over. Yes.
There we go.
Yes, and then 1 re-roll. 2 invulnerable saves. I just need you to do 1 wound here. Do it. Okay, good.
Oh,
2. So you're down to 1 wound remaining. So now, Archon Skari, for all the marbles! Go, Skari! Kill the brain bug! Tell everyone, tell all your friends about it.
We did all the work.
He did all the work. He takes all the credit. 6s. No! No, come on, pain token. Don't leave him alive with 1 wound. No! No! Yes! Yes! You do have a pain token. Oh, you only have... Oh, you have 2 CPs. You could reroll it even with the -1 CP aura. Okay. Oh, that's not flat. That's not flat. Oh, no! He's alive! Dang it! I think we're going to call it there. He's going to run away. He's going to run away. Never to be...
Tentacle comes down. Run away!
He lived! No! I've been foiled! Awesome. John, that was a fantastic game, man. Thank you so much. But that was great. So many was paying attention. Yes, the Dark Eldar won. Good. But it was such a fun game.
My cheeks hurt. Like,
oh, man. I've been laughing for like 3 hours straight that we played this game. 1,500 points. Highlander, the best way to play 40k. I absolutely love this point value and forcing you to do different units. I don't know. What do you feel? Because you run a store, you teach people how to play.
It was fun. I mean, it's it definitely forces you to make some difficult choices. You can you have to bring a couple favorite units. You don't really have any redundancy unless you have units that allow you to do that. And because the lower point value, if things go spiky, the game can be crazy. Like when you just nuked the Norn emissary just from the planet. And or when like I just
that dark launch shot was wild. That was like okay, and it was crazy. It was like okay, blast pistol number 1, 3 hits, awesome. And wounds, blast pistol number 2, 3 hits. So it was like 6, and I was like dark launch 6. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, what was it like? You did like you rolled like 5, 5, and 6 or 6, 6, 5.
It was wild. It was just I rolled 23 damage from or 24 damage from the the 3 dark launches.
If he was at full health.
That was so silly. What a fun game. So, John, thanks a lot for coming down for a game. Of course, make sure you check out the Wargaming Bunker, which is the store that's attached to Mini Wargaming, and you can order stuff from there.
Yep.
Nice, awesome. It's a hobby shop, so there's all the stuff, great stock too.
Yeah, I like to carry a lot of the hobby supplies, so we have a couple different paint lines, Vallejo, AK, Citadel stuff, but a fair amount of hobby supplies and things like that, various brushes. We try to carry it to all levels of the hobby.
It's a great community store where lots of people hanging out all the time. You teach new players how to play. It's like a small little it's a fantastic little place to hang out with friends, play games. And of course, you get all the terrain that has been used in the.
We've gotten some just hand-me-downs.
You have some great hand-me-downs from the studio, so it's not like you're lacking.
No, not in the slightest.
I'll make sure I put the link in the description down below. But John, thanks for coming down for a game.
Thank you very much for having me.
That was really, really fun. And a huge shout out to all of you for watching. Make sure you like the video, share the video if you enjoyed it, and I hope tell us what your favorite moment of the battle report was, even though it was narration. Huge shout out to the channel Patreons, without whom none of this is possible. Thank you, Mini Wargaming, for letting me use the studio while it's late at night and there's nobody here so I can film. And of course, I've been Skari, and this has been John, signing off until next time. The Dark Kitten. Bye, everybody.
Cheers.